Hello, this is Mark Farrar with Not Square Design. I'm a certified professional building designer in Butte, Montana, and got a YouTube channel. You guys are obviously found that, and you can also email me at mark@naughtystudios. And today we're just going to do a quick lesson on batch plotting. Looked at the lesson myself, but thought, boy, could use a little update. So let's get something fresh out there. And what I just realized I had was a foundation plan that was not quite ready. And so if I go to my AutoCAD and my plans, I got rid of a walkout that was here because we removed a back door that used to be here. And so if you look at the old plan set, which is what's really nice, is that I can go and pop open my old plan set. So this is it here, and you can see these are standard outlookers going over a drop truss, and it just goes back to the first truss. Now I've removed that truss, I removed this one, so these outlookers are going to come all the way back. I did do the calculations and ran it, and it passes with flying colors. Still have a 95% on that at a 2x8. Dug for number 1 to go back 7.5 feet. We're going back 6.5. So I have another calculation that I did as a 6.5. And let's show you that one so that you can see the difference in what we have for the two conditions. And so this is the one that we're going to actually turn in. So this is just a 2x6. We have a 2x6 top chord. And this one came at 86%. 5.5 foot back span gets us all the way back to that second one. Instead of removing 3, this is removing 2 trusses. Got a little typo in there, but I think it'll fly. So we're gonna let her go. And so let's get into what we need to do here. And got the phone ringing, so let me pause. All right, phone call taken care of. So here is foundation plan. I got a framing plan. This is where we pulled those back, got rid of the 2 trusses, and then I showed where I want that placement. And here, I actually don't know what happened, but let's just take this real quick. Oh, escape. I'm going to mirror this guy about the midpoint, come straight down, and that's done. So now we're ready to go. So I can zoom extents, I can hit my save, and when I hit save, all these drawings, even my working drawing, I'm going to come in here and I'm going to do the changes on this one. But actually I did. These are here to show me what if I were to copy it over from Chief, but I know exactly what I did, so I didn't have to. So I made my changes right in my AutoCAD. This is just so much clearer using symbols than Chief's version of double line work. I don't like it. So when I get to my plotting, what you're going to see is, hey, you need to update. So what I need is I need a new one of these guys. And I need it to show the correct framing. So I'm going to switch back to Chief real quick. What I have to remember is to switch the screen back when I'm done. So we need to find an angle that we like and get something that looks good and shows off the fact that we did these extra trusses, that extra depth through there, and you can see a lot of concrete through there, so that should show off what's going on here, and the framers can see a nice example. So I'm just going to come down, I grab my snipping tool, and I'm going to hit new, and then I got my dot in here, so I'll just grab something. We'll pull this up, so when I hit new, my dot's out of the picture. Now down, and that looks pretty good. Let's go right there, and I like that. So come down maybe a little at the bottom, let go. Now I just gotta hit save. and I'll save it into the drawing where it goes and be right back. So I just came in here, found the location, and I'm just going to call it frame perspective overview with long lookouts. Hit save, and off she goes. Now, done with that. So what I have to remember on my OBS is to switch screens. Let's get back into AutoCAD. Go to my plotting drawing. Now I need to be into the right layer to bring in an image. So I don't want to be in XREFs. I need my images. Do I have one? I don't. So let's just go ahead and here's a chief image layer. And so now, but I'm not XREFing, even though that's an XREF named layer. We're going to go to insert, attach, because we're attaching a PNG. Now I need to go to the project images, and let's just expand that out with the lookouts. So that's it right there. Open. Insertion point I'm going to specify, and the scale I'm going to specify on screen to get it just kind of close to what I want. And I'll show you how I scale this. So now that's there. So we're going to move it from here to here. Now I'm going to scale it. So I'm going to scale this from that point. I'm going to hit, I've got the scale in there. Now I want to hit R for reference. And the reference length is this point to this point, and my new length is this. Now it's scaled up. Now to get it to, you'll see if I go to my paper space, that would be here. And I'm going to have to move this over slightly. And then I'm going to pause and make sure I don't give up the title block. And so you can see, here it is. This is the old one. So if I double click in here and I pan it and I bring it up, there's my new one. Nope, that's not my new one. Oh, you know why it's not giving me my new one? Because if I go into my XREFs, I bet it needs to be updated. Oh, I have to actually, oh, it's not an XREF. It's actually in this image. It's on that layer. It's in this image. And so it should be truly showing right here. Because when I pan it more, I'm starting to see my chief framing icon. And that's not the extended one that I just put in there. And if I go to my model space, oh, I see the problem. If this preview from model space is working, oh, I can't get out. Gotta hit escape. Now you gotta hit escape when you're using the pan command. Then double click out of it, go to your model space, and then I gotta move it. Move all three together. These are variations as they've changed throughout the progress of this project. Not liking my lighting compared to the other two, but I've got a background in this one. Might get rid of that. We'll see. But to get, for the purpose of this lesson, I'm not going to worry about it. So now I want to go back to that main plan, and there she is. And looking like it's positioned pretty darn well. So what you want to do to get this thing to batch plot is you need to have these tabs set up. So there's my general notes. Can't really show you the cover sheet because that gives away. This gives away, you can see preview down there. It's small enough, it's not going to give anything away, but there's the house's location, some topography, the driveway, and then the detached garage. Here's the main floor plan, and then my framing plan. This needs to be updated because I removed this door, and I did remove it in the framing plan as well. And so that is in what's called my working drawing. And the update was here, and now it's gone. So let's do the quick change. You can see how this works. So this is the door I got rid of. Got rid of the whole thing. We do have a corner frame there. And so I can extend to there and here and just make sure that this guy goes both directions to remember where that is. I'll get rid of this, extend all the way out, and then we got an up and then a down, so I'm going to copy this from there to there, and then one more time to there. And then you can see my framing's over just slightly. So all I got to do is grab this guy and pull it back to this point. Grab this one also and pull it back to this point. Now I've got my new wall framing. None of this, these two dimensions have no bearing in this drawing. Stretch this one out to here, and then also get rid of my extraneous measurements that are up here. And this is going all the way out to the edge. So I'm going to do the same up here. Come all the way to the edge. And then this 40 is too high. Bring it down. Let's match properties. It's on the junk layer, so we'll see. It may not need to be there. Let's see if it shows up funky. So I'm going to hit save. When I come to my plotting, you'll see the changes because it's going to say, hey, you got to reload the working drawing. Reload it. Now, here you can see that 40-foot dimension. It doesn't want to show up in here. That's why it was put on the junk layer. There's plenty of information here to say that this thing's 40 feet long. So was sort of an extraneous piece of information. So I'm going to put it back on the junk layer just so that that extension line's not too long. Maybe I'll come back and rearrange these a little bit so we can actually show that. But this is about the plotting. So what I want to do is I do want to come into each sheet, and then I want to change this to today. And once that's changed, then I can zoom extents, and it should go off screen. So there it is, zoomed to full. So I would go through each one of these and do the same thing. Come in, change that date, and I went through all of them. Then I'm going to come up, of course, save, and then you can hit print if you want. And I believe inside the print there is, I may be wrong, but that's not the most efficient way. If you just come, since you're in newer stuff, just go here, hit this publish. And when you select publish, what's really cool is I actually have this done. And so I'm going to show you how to do it. But if I clicked on this DDS, it's going to get rid of the sheets I don't need, and I just got to hit publish. It's done. That's it. That quick. But in order to create that file, what I did is I click on, let's say I know I don't want that, or that. I don't want that, or that. So now I'm going to get rid of these drawings, remove the sheets. Those are gone. Don't need those two. Don't need my model space. Don't need my portrait. This. Boy, I don't need a lot. I get rid of all those. But it should be getting down close to my, see, here we go. Now we're getting into my sheets. Now, towards the end of that, I don't need this one, or this one. And that's because I have other drawings open. And if I had those other drawings closed, this wouldn't be here. So now I know, hey, I can come all the way down here because I got all sorts of stuff that's open that has nothing to do with this DG plotting set. So I'm going to come all the way down, click on the end one, subtract it. There's my plotting set right there. Now I would do save, and one of our drawings has unsaved changes. Now if you get that error, you need to go through. What I do is I will close down all of these. Now I won't have so much going on, but I would close down all of these, and it could even be, this is a totally different project. It could be that. If there's something in here that's not saved, it's not going to let you move forward. So I'm going to close this. I'm going to go fix all that, get us right back to where we're almost at this point, and bring you back. Okay, so I've gone through, I closed all one but one, but I kind of want to keep track of that one. So when I here though, look at that. These are ones that need to be refreshed. I grabbed the top one, I selected it. Now I'm going to come to the bottom. I'm going to select it, hold shift, grab it, and then I'm just going to right click and I'm going to say reload. Let's just reload them all. Make sure we've got it all in here. Got one error on a 402, but I think that's from 2018 code because here's my 402 table. So this should now be ready to go. We're going to have a little bit in that same type situation where I hit publish. I'm on a much shorter list. So this whole liquid flash deal is that first thing you're seeing up there. Then I also have the model for this here. I don't need that. So I'm going to grab all those, remove them. And I don't need this sheet at the end. I'm going to remove it. Now when I go to save this, it's giving me still an error that something is, one of our drawings has unsaved changes. And so it's got to be that liquid flash drawing because this one that I'm in is saved. And can't tell you what it is because I went in, made sure I saved it, and maybe you can't have another drawing open. That part I'm not familiar with, so I'm going to close that. We'll give it one more try. Now the one thing I did is I went and refreshed all this, but I don't know if I actually saved this drawing. Maybe that was the whole problem the entire time. So again, here, publish, and now I just don't need that and that. And so I get rid of those two. I hit save, and there's the name of the one that I had prior. I'm going to call this 2. Just for the heck of it, I'll get rid of it later, just in case it's not the one that I want. And so let's hit save, and I can hit publish. Now, if I wanted it to, I can go into here and I can give it another name, such as, let's just say, we'll call this lookouts because we did change the lookouts. So now I've got a separate one. It's processing. Boom. I've got it coming through in the background here, and it's done. And that's it. So if you were to, let me make sure that my title block doesn't show. And then I'm sorry, without their permission, I can't go through and show you everything. But this is starting at sheet A4. So there's a note sheet back there we could have slipped by, but the sheet prior to this at the site shows where it is. But you can see this is just a set of PDF pages, my notes, then going down to my framing plan section, all done that quick. And I could have just, since I had already created that, I could have just hit that sheet set and it would have just gone. So it's that fast, that easy. So hopefully this was a great video for you guys, and batch plotting will become something you use all the time. The big trick to the whole thing being successful really is creating this drawing where everything you need to plot is all XREF'd into one drawing. This has more benefits than you can imagine, but one of them is being able to plot. What is that? Looks like some notes off to the side, but figure it out later. Anyway, thanks for joining me. Again, this is Mark Farrar with Not Square Design. New microphone. Hopefully you guys are hearing me terrifically. Let me know in the comments if, and please like, subscribe. That's the motivator to keep doing this. Appreciate it. Thank you.